choice. It's a choice of going down a path which people who have tried to make a film will understand how difficult that is. Incredibly difficult and heartbreaking, because whatever can go wrong does go wrong. Whatever finance can be withdrawn, it is withdrawn. Everything happens, and you have to have cojones of steel, not to give in and to give up. It's sort of reminiscent of where the farmers all over the world who are experiencing what goes on in this film are committing suicide, especially in India, in amazing numbers, because the model is not working anymore, if it ever worked. It used to work because it used to be local. These were all farms. They supplied this community. And then in order to compete with other outside sources, they had to grow more and put themselves at risk more and more. And so getting back to dare to be an artist is a choice to dare to be an artist. Then what is an artist? An artist is somebody who tells the truth. And telling the truth in a society that seems to be hell-bent on adopting mendacity and doublespeak as its operandi is a very precious commodity and needs to be protected and needs to be celebrated and needs to be communicated. It means to share your truth with everybody. That's what we can do. That also is the age we live in. That the medium is there for you to be heard. It is there for you to be self-expressed. It is there for you to dare to be an artist. That's what this is for. And I believe that the film that was chosen, Muckville, by Jeff Mertz, yeah, my crib notes. It's been a long day. I was completely blown over by this film. I thought it was a magnificent film. Every aspect of it in terms of as a craftsman, as a filmmaker, was done beautifully. The lighting, the pacing, the editing, the music. And then at the center of it are the performances of two people who went through it and who had the courage to allow that, to create that story with the help of a director who kept his mouth shut, which is the best thing that a director can do usually. If you have people who are willing to tell the truth, they will take care of it, and they did so incredibly. When you have a film that is that clear and that many-faceted and that eloquent, it reminds you of other things that you hold dear and that you've sort of based your career on, one of which is a book by James called Let Us Now Praise Famous Men, which is I believe one of the great American books of all time. And the man who did the photographs, Walker Evans, reminds me, James Agee and Walker went down to the South during the Depression to talk to and live with sharecroppers so that he could understand the impact of the Depression on the poorest and most vulnerable. And then translate that into this wonderful book, Let Us Now Praise Famous Men, with such humility and such sweetness and such eloquence of language that it reminds me of this picture, which I also believe is a work of art. It's a work of art. The other thing that it reminds me of is a movie that I saw when I was in my 20s in school, in college, a film called The Moment of Truth, which is a film by Francesco Rossi, an Italian film about a boy who lived on a farm and watched his father be beaten down by the immensity of trying to keep his family together and support his family and do it with a method where he's being left behind by all the industrialization and he doesn't know what to do. And the boy thinks that this is the worst occupation in the world. He can see what it's doing to his father, doesn't want it to happen to him. And to him, it's completely boring. His father is hurt and can no longer work the farm, and so the boy doesn't stay, which he's supposed to. He runs away to Madrid because he wants to follow his dream, which is to be a matador. In the movie, it's played by one of the great matadors in Spain at the time, Miguelin, and he becomes the premier toreador in Spain, in the world, and he gets gored. Badly gored. So his career is over, and he is a little bit at this time a pariah because of things he has done. Especially this, I think his family has forgiven him, but it's been a long time since I saw the film. Very hard to get. But he begins to look now from his bed outside the window, this circle in which the donkey grinds the flour out of the grain, and he begins to understand that the courage, the perseverance, the industry, the sacrifice that farming represents is far more dramatic and compelling and engaging and worthwhile than the superciliousness of being a matador and being a celebrity. And in a passion play, I mean, bullfight, I loathe bullfighting. I'm a vegan, and so I loathe it. But I do understand it as a metaphor. The metaphor of we are at odds with nature, and this is really the celebration of the primacy of the human species over all other species, which of course is a road that leads to extinction. I wish Jeff were here, the director, because I would love to talk to him, and I'd love to have him address you as to what he did, because what he did is very special. And what these two people did, the two Pavelskis, Eve and Chris, is just beautiful. The beautiful, beautiful work. So I'm very, very proud at this time to award the Dare to Be an Artist Award to Muckville, and the representatives of Muckville are the Pavelskis.